Welcome back to Layers of Empowerment. This is Lady Ash, and we are continuing our series. And today we're looking at perspective, and it's going to be called Perspective of Empowerment or Perspectives of Empowerment because there are four ways to look at this, at least, right? And so we're going to look at it, see what comes of it, and then we are going to make some decisions. All right. So you need to tell me what you see and perhaps kind of imagine what it might turn out to be. I am going to turn it around and take a look. Can it go this way? Can it work this way? I'm going to take my gloss gel down. Can it work this way? Do you like that from that perspective? What about this way? Here's another perspective. Do you like it that way? I'm seeing some different things now, aren't I? Yeah, let's try another way. And this way. I like this way. Different perspectives, huh? And then we're going to go back to our original perspective. And for ease of reference, we're going to stick with this. But the point is, I could have turned it in either direction and work from it, and you will have a totally different painting. So sometimes how you look at life, how you see things will influence its outcome. All right. So, I think I want to make some softer colors in this area and this area. So let us go in with some soft colors and see what happens. I'm going to use a soft green and a neutral color. And let us see what we get from that. All right, so we are talking about perspectives. Now, perspectives really has to do with someone's point of view, right? Or your viewpoint, how you see the world, how you receive information, how you share it, how you internalize it, how you feel about it, how you make it your own. And your perspective on things can really, really change a situation. And sometimes our perspectives are coming from our limited point of view. Sometimes it's coming from our unhealed places. And so we missed the point and we did not get the thing that it was the way it was intended. So sometimes with all good intention, you say something to someone without any ill will, but it's not received that way because that person has a lot of hardwiring and they need to decode and unwire some of the things that's going on with them. And so that's the whole point of this series that I created called Hardwired, is to focus on an area each time and we decode it, reframe it, and we deliberately take steps and actions throughout the month to try and improve. And in January, we talk about being hardwired, where we examined our routines, our mindsets, the way we approach life, and the things that we do. And in the month of February, embracing love and also giving ourselves an opportunity to change and making the necessary, laying the foundation, taking the necessary steps to show up differently. And as I said, for me, I started going to church. I have my affirmations going. I'm stimulating my senses. And I'm challenging myself to do this thing called painting and coaching and be myself on canvas. No, it's not easy. It is absolutely not easy. And I'm doing it alone. I'm doing it crying because it's not easy. But at the end of the day, a year from now, you're going to say, boy, she's such a good speaker and she naturally, look how she can do that thing here. But I'm pushing through the hard points and you are helping me doing it. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching. Like and share, send it to somebody and follow the series to see what this artwork will turn out to be. Yeah, and I'm going to put it up for sale at the end because I know people may want prints of it, especially if what we have talked about has connected with you and you need a reminder. Sometimes you're just looking at a picture that reminds you that, hey, Marcus Garvey over there say, yo, Marcus, yeah. Sometimes you want to be empowered and you want to feel refreshed. I have a picture of a painting of Christ that I have right in my forehead when I step through the door. It reminds me that God is with you always, that you're protected. So when I'm leaving and I'm closing the door, I see it. When I'm coming in, I am reminded that God is here, that God is within you and all things are possible. So we're going to be doing some perspectives. Now, this brush is a little damp. You know what I'm realizing? I'm going to need like whole heap of paint. Like, I'm like a tubs of paint and I'm going to work. So, hang on in there. All right. Let's try big strokes. All right. This is more, you can tell some of them use them big canvas enough, don't? So, we're just adding layers of paint, giving it a new perspective. So you can leave your questions in the comment and I will sure to answer them when I'm doing the next layer. Now the ink is still wet and so I'm getting that nice fuchsia color right there and it's okay. So I'm just adding some atmospheric colors to some areas to give your eyes some resting space, as they would call it. Uh-huh. Yes. Talk to me. Is it making sense? Yes. So we should be talking about perspectives. Now, on the job, I was working with a group of executives recently, and I was doing a draw it out session. And I said to them, you do not need any outside help to do anything that you want to do as a team. And of course, they probably think me crazy. And I said, you have all the years of experience and you all would have seen and done most things out there already. And if not exactly so, you have enough experience to apply your creativity to navigate, challenges and situation and circumstances and to find solutions. And of course, when we added up all the years of experience in the room, we had over 100 and odd. So I said, what really out there can challenge you as a team? You have an excellent product, and so you just need to work together, embrace your weaknesses individually, but also embrace your strengths collectively and get advice from each other. Get another person's perspective. Get another person's point of view. Yeah? So that you can see and experience the world differently and take on new clients, approach persons in a new way, see the possibilities. Yeah? Just by virtue of asking questions, seeing where somebody else is coming from, respecting somebody else's opinion. One of the challenges I have with a particular family member of mine is they just believe that your perspective is not important, that because they have a particular mindset, exposure, learning, that things must always be that way. And it's not the case, because we have different sense and sensibilities. We see the world differently. We experience the world differently. And so the same thing might be on both our plates, and we have different outcomes, different results. And that is because my eyes are trained to see things from a particular point of view. Your eyes are trained to see things from also a different point of view. And so what you need to respect and garner is the idea that from your logical mindset and from my creative mindset, we can come up with a solution that has never been done before, something that is innovative. And so I am grateful that I am somewhere in the middle on my own, meaning I think logically because I'm trained in IT. I have a master's in management information systems. I'm a project manager. I can see things that way, first structured, sequential. But when I get into situations where things are not so black and white, when the solutions are not there, when the dark underpaintings come, my creative side will kick in and say, let us try this instead. Let us do this instead. Why don't we do this with this? There comes your unique solution. I also said to that same team that when you come up with an idea and somebody says, no, we can't do that because that's too hard, that's the idea that you really should do, because everybody's going to have that approach. So your competitors will say, sure, you can't do that, that's too hard. That not gonna work out. That's too difficult. And they will tell you all the reasons why it won't work. And for those very reasons, you should be embracing that idea, because nobody else will see the potential. But the fact that it came to you is telling you that, hey, it came to you for a reason, isn't it? So you can also embrace it and look at it as an option, yeah, and work through finding a solution. So there you go. I have learned to let people go and live and be who I am. So when persons don't necessarily respect your point of view, you let them stay, because one day they will realize that, oh yeah, that person was right. They won't admit it, but they'll realize it. And that's fine. And even if they don't, it's okay. We all have different points of view. But if you really want to grow, select somebody you trust, somebody who you respect, and you listen to what that person has to say. Be guided. Be guided. And try something new. Try and see the world differently. Take a step back. Take a step back. Take a step back and try something new and see what happens. Now, I need to take a step back from this artwork, don't it? And try and see what is happening now, because a lot of stuff has been happening with these atmospheric colors. So what I'm doing basically is I'm leaving the parts that I really love, leaving the parts that I really love, and I am kind of fading out areas that I want to navigate a little differently. Now I'm thinking dark blue would be nice because it's a cool painting. turquoise. I have a link on my page for my art supplies, Utrecht. I've been using Utrecht for a very long time. Very cool. Very cool. Love, love, love. All right. So I'm going to use up my atmospheric color. So I might have to stop the video and do a little drying, but I want to get some blue in there. So I'm going to wash my brush out and see if I can get some blue. So pause. Contrast, color. Just a toops of water that I need to spread it. Yay, I love it. Oh, it's a transparent color, so it will cover the areas nicely. Turquoise is so beautiful, isn't it? Woo! Now I'm getting the brush strokes in there. I love it. Has to be expressive. So we're still talking about perspectives. I hope that it's making sense to you. So yes, get a mentor, get somebody that you trust and share your ideas with. And also remember that that person may not be the person to solve the problem that you have. They may just be the person just to give you the idea, plant the seed, and then later on, find somebody who can help you to execute it. So just be grateful for the persons who show up in your life, who are there for you, who will listen, who will try to understand, because they might not understand fully, but at least some people will just try to get you and try to understand where you're coming from, and that is sometimes just all you need. So I'm adding contrast. I'm loving all the cream is mixing with the turquoise to give me this lovely turquoisey contrast here. Yeah, so we're just adding perspective, a different point of view. Yeah, yes, I know, right? We're getting too excited now. So now I am softening the same color to add the same family of color in other and different value. Let's use the art term, different value in other areas. So there is cohesiveness in the artwork. Yeah, I'm loving it. And then you're gonna say, oh, keep that part, leave that part. I have no idea what I'm keeping yet and what I'm leaving. I'm just putting things together from a totally different perspective. That's all it is. And then we'll decide on the next color. And yes. Now, I don't know if you can see, but the underpaintings are beautiful. Underpaintings are beautiful. Yeah. Ooh, that purple is still alive. Ooh, nice. See that? I'm getting a nice. That ink needs to dry. I think this is going to be my final layer for now. And just adding a little turquoise down here. Nothing too heavy. Just giving it. See? Is it coming together nicely or what? I did have a light green. So I'm going to add it and then I'm going to just leave it for the next episode. We're talking about perspective, getting a mentor, asking for guidance. Nothing wrong with that. Ask your supervisor, how can I improve this? How can I make this better? Um, you know, what if anything can be done here? How do you prefer it? What do you think would be more impactful? Ask questions. You know, when I'm planning events, I will get the charge and my employer will say to me, this is what I want. But yes, but when you come up with the idea, because sometimes you brainstorm, and you agree, but the execution of the idea may lead you into a totally different direction. There is nothing wrong with engaging or re-engaging and say, look here is a sample of what I am going to deliver. This is what I'm hoping it will happen here. This is the impact that I'm planning to get. What do you think? Do you think this will work? Do you think this will resonate with the team? Get their perspective. There's nothing wrong with that. And in getting their perspective, you now get their buy-in and you will know the level of comfort that they'll have with the execution of what needs to be done, if they like what the outcome looks like. And so it's an ongoing process. And even on the day that you are, having the function, is still open. Opportunity is still there to get feedback, to get another person's perspective. And don't wait until the last minute. Sometimes we wait until the last minute to do things. And we could have done a much better job if we started earlier. So sometimes you have a task to do, just jump at it. One of my strengths is when I have something to do, I'll do it right away. And then I revisit it. Or I'll give it a draft and I'll send it and say, here's a draft. What do you think? And get feedback because you want to improve it. You want it to be excellent. And so that is what you do, and it's a good thing. But I generally do that with things that I'm comfortable with doing. So, for example, this layers of empowerment series, I set up the stage a long time with everything. But because this is new for me and it's so challenging, it's new. I don't have any neural pathways. I haven't created the possibilities yet. So I have nothing to go off. I'm going down the road, but there is no previous pathway. Second time around, it's going to be better and better and better. But here we are. Oh my goodness, I love it. And so it's challenging. And so it was a little bit difficult for me. Right? But sometimes especially if it's something difficult, set the stage, do a draft and show it to somebody. What do you think? What else can I add? How can I make this differently? Especially if you're trying to shift your business in a particular direction and then you realize, boy, you have to get firmer about certain things and you need a little backing. I remember my sister had a contract with a very big organization, and she didn't drive an iron car at the time, and so she had a friend and she called on the friend and she said, yo, Paddy, you can come to one meeting with me. And of course the person went with her and drove up in a nice flashy car and thing and well dressed and so on. And she said, "This is my bucket tip." And sometimes you just need that presence, you know, to give you the strength, yeah, to show you what's possible. That person in the room was just there to show her a different perspective. That this is what prosperity looks like. This is what good money looks like. This is what I want my business to look like. And therefore, I'm going to bring one bucket if I look good, right? And allow me to reaffirm me, to see the possibilities, to help me to negotiate at the level that I need to negotiate at in order to move and grow my business, to see my truest potential. Look here, man. This life is beautiful and we have all the tools that we need to get to where we need to go. Embrace it. Give thanks for it. Know within yourself that all things are possible. Don't be narrow-minded. Unwire and rewire. Get an upgrade and get a new perspective. See things differently and paint yourself a beautiful picture. This is Lady Ash. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, send it to someone. This is what I want to do. I want to paint, I want to share with you, and then I want you to love my art, buy it, and gift it to others. My website is www.seanashmanart.com. And yes, you can go there and get pieces. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.